Since we've launched Maps BI, we've had a number of different comments on how stunning the dashboards end up looking. However, it's not always immediately apparent that you can take the default dashboard that Maps BI ends up creating for you and turn it into something that you really want to see. So a dashboard that has a map up at the top, a few charts down beneath, anything that you'd like to see. So what this tutorial is geared at doing is showing you how you can take Maps BI's default implementation of a dashboard that it creates for you whenever you upload a file and turn it into something that really suits your preferences. So as you can see, what we're looking at here is a dashboard for Nova Scotia schools' energy consumption. I've got a map in the middle, I've got some energy consumption parameters all along the sides, total water consumption, breakdown by grades for energy usage, that kind of thing. But you know what? I'm not happy with having the map in the center here. I'd like to have the map as a banner across the top. So I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and do that using Maps BI. What you'll notice here is you have a few controls over to the left and to the right. On the left, it allows us to add new rows to the dashboard, and on the right, it allows us to add new columns to the dashboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new row above this row that I've got here, and I'm going to put my map in that row. And to do that, I'm going to hover over the new rows icon here, and I'm going to click the up arrow to add a new row above the current row. So as you can see, we've got one row above here, and here's the second row. Now to put my map above, I'm just going to click and drag it. So what I'm going to do is click on the white spot here right above the map, and you'll notice I can do that because I've got the 4 arrows that pop up. And I'm going to click and I'm going to drag up to the top. And there we go, we've got our map up across the top. Now it's a little bit big, so I'm going to shrink it a bit. And I can shrink it by moving over the line here where there's a few dots, and you'll notice I've got the 2 arrows that pop up. And I can click and drag it so it's a little bit more like a banner. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit here to get a better view of Nova Scotia. Now I've got my map up at the top, but I'd also like to have my legend somewhere close to my map, maybe right underneath it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my legend here, and I'm going to click and drag and bring it right underneath my map, and I'm just going to shrink this a little bit to make it look nicer. So we've shown you how you can go ahead and add new rows to your dashboard. Let's go ahead and change the tile configuration down here. We've got everything seems a little bit out of place now that we've moved our map. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an implementation where I've got 4 rows, 4 columns of tiles across here. And to do that, I hover over this column icon here, okay, and I'm going to bring it to 4 rows. So as you can see, it distributed everything, not in a way that I'd like to see it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of the numbers across the top, okay, all of the metrics. So I'm going to take total enrollment here, click, and I'm going to drag it over here. And you know that it's going to place it somewhere because it turns a dark gray, as you can see here. So I'm going to place it over there. I'm going to make these about the same height here by clicking and dragging them, okay. Whoop, made that one a little bit too big, so I'll come up and make it a little smaller here. And I'm going to click the bar graph here and move it over here. And the average monthly cost, I'll put over here. Now, what's happened here is I've got a nice distribution of my numbers across the top, but my graphs are a little out of place. Now, Maps BI has an interesting feature. We can either drag these, to make them fit, or if I want to snap everything to the bottom row, what it does is it snaps it to the biggest item. So I've got average monthly gas costs here. If I want to snap everything to that size, then what I can do is I can click the little arrow underneath the tile here, and it will fill to the remaining height. See? So I'm going to fill to the remaining height, and I'm going to fill to the remaining height. And there you have it. I've got a dashboard that is configured much differently than the original one that I had. I've got my map up across the top. I've got my metrics now down beneath here. And that shows you how you can, configure a dashboard to exactly what you'd like to see. You have column options, you've got row options, and you don't have to just live with the default version that Maps BI creates for you.